As a social worker, I've spent a lot of time working with people, and that's kind of what my interest lies in. So whether it's in schools or in families or in the workplace, I do a lot of work in the area of resilience and improving mental health and helping people live their best lives. I talk a lot about resilience because I feel it's a quality that makes a big difference in quality of life, and it's something that can be developed. It's not fixed. So mindfulness is something that contributes to your resilience. Why? Because when you're being mindful and you're noticing what you're saying to yourself, you're noticing your thoughts, you're practicing gratitude, you're going through these situations that are difficult or challenging, and you're consciously realizing what strategies you used to cope with it, that you overcame it, that you survived it. And so when you have that level of reflection and consciousness, when new challenges come your way, you can kind of tackle them head on. So resilience is just your ability to get back on track when something gets in your way.
Today I had the honor of listening to Dr. Jennifer Bashant talk about mindfulness and connecting it to the workplace. But not only just the workplace and the professional benefits it can bring, but also the personal benefits it can bring to you, and how just absolutely important it is to have a focus on this in your life. And it was made all the more powerful by listening to a presenter that obviously deeply connected with the material that she was presenting.
That means every single one of you in this room has the ability to be that person. What an honor and a privilege. You can be that person for any of your students. And research shows that sometimes that's all it takes. That's so meaningful. We have so much going on, and we think that the busier we are and the more we're doing, the more we get done, but it's actually the opposite. So as a culture, as we continue to push ourselves harder and harder, we're actually pushing ourselves backwards in terms of what we can get done and the busyness of our lives. Early part of my career, I worked in a mental health clinic. I also worked in a jail, and I worked in a school as a social worker. And so that's how I began my career. And through those experiences, and also the experience of being a mom of a child with special needs, I became interested in the intersection between education and mental health and social work. Over the summer, I was at a local park. It was a gorgeous day, and I was there with my daughter just to kind of relax and enjoy nature. I was absolutely shocked by the fact that every single person that I saw, or at least somebody in their group, was walking around this beautiful park with their phones out and scrolling on the phone. And so sometimes I'd see groups of like 3 people, and all 3 of them had their phones out, and they weren't interacting with each other or even being present in this beautiful location. So I know that it's impacting all of us in terms of being distracted and just really not being present and experiencing all the joy that we could if we just stopped to kind of slow down a bit. About 5 years ago, I started my business, Building Better Futures, and I consult with educators all across the country on trauma and mental health. And the reason I do this work, and I'm so passionate about it, is because I've been in classrooms, I've worked with the most challenging kids all across the country, and I know that there's a lot that we can do to help these kids. We often aren't equipped with the strategies, we don't know about the research, and we don't even recognize sometimes that trauma might be at play.
She laid out a whole scenario about trauma and trauma strategies. I thought that was excellent because as an educator, those are key things that you need to hear, different strategies that you may have not have been aware of, but yet our students present so many different challenges, and to hear multiple types of strategies, one of them may fit and work well on a particular student. I really like that. That was a key point.
In schools, we're seeing kids with mental health issues more than ever. So kids are coming to school with anxiety, and it's impacting their ability to excel in school. Kids are depressed and anxious. And so I've been paying attention to that sort of trend for a while and thinking about where we're going wrong in that regard. We're also seeing it in the workplace.
This is the second time that I've heard Jennifer speak, and you can tell that she is so compassionate and she loves what she does, and she's engaging with the audience. She includes activities that we can bring back and start using right away. She comes from this intense knowledge base. She just knows so much, which I appreciate in a speaker. She's able to handle difficult questions, and it was just a great experience.
Wherever it is that you notice your breath the most, we'll call that your anchor. This morning, before you even came here, you were being reflective. You were thinking about, I feel a little more stressed usually, or than I usually do. What's different? What did I change? And you thought, let me go back to this because it's something that worked. So that's pulling in that whole reflection, and it's really powerful if we are kind of looking back over our lives and reevaluating things. Otherwise, we don't notice that we need to make change. And so if we can take the time to ask questions about what's going on beneath that behavior, what is going on, what trauma may have happened, what mental health issues may be there, what is that student struggling with, what skills do they need that they don't have, then we really have a clue about what to do and how to help them. That's called getting at the root cause of the problem, and that's what we all need to do. And we can do that just by asking why. Asking, digging a little deeper, taking some time to really understand what's going on, and then we have some more power to be able to make a difference.
When we have employees that are engaged, they're connected to other people and also to their passion and purpose. So if they're excited about what they're doing, they're talking with their colleagues, they're working in teams, they're collaborating, they're engaged. So thank you so much.